Hi, my name is Danny and welcome to Thursday on Pagan Perspective Subs Week. This week we're talking about magical teas and their use in our practice. Now, I don't really use tea in a really active way during ritual or during daily practice, but I am a tea aficionado and I use a lot of herbal teas for medicinal reasons and just because I enjoy and love tea. But I figured a lot of other people were talking about their favorite teas and I wanted to do something a little different. So this week I'm going to show you how to make kombucha. Kombucha is a fermented and sweetened tea. You first make up some tea and add a little bit of sugar. Then you add a mother, or basically a layer of bacteria that will allow your tea to ferment. And when you're done, you get a sweet effervescent drink that is a little like soda, but healthier for you. Tea, less sugar. Kombucha is super great in the summer. It can be kept cold, and it's one of the ways that I've been trying to reduce the amount of soda I drink because it's similar in sweetness and bubbliness, but it's made of tea and has all of those wonderful properties along with the benefits you get when you ferment the tea. To make kombucha, you're going to first need a half-gallon glass jar or something non-reactive that is tall enough for holding liquid. You're going to also need some dark black tea, some cheesecloth, a funnel, a half a cup of sugar or more, a wooden spoon, some fruit, and of course, most importantly, a mother. Now, you can get kombucha mother at a number of sources. There are a few websites in the link below. And I got mine from a friend who was making it herself. And basically what happens is the mother creates a new layer for every batch. So it's really easy to make a batch of kombucha and give some away. If you receive a mother from a local friend, make sure that you also get a half a cup of an old batch of kombucha with the mother. It needs that to kind of keep surviving as it is transported. To start, you'll want to boil some water. In your half-gallon jar, add a half a cup of sugar. As you get familiar with what taste you like, you can adjust this amount between a quarter cup to a cup of sugar. Pour the hot water over the sugar in the glass jar and mix well until the sugar is dissolved. Then you're going to add some tea. Now, I like to use a really black, dark tea because the stronger the tea is, the more of that flavor profile will come out in the finished product. I'm using a blackberry sage black tea that I got from our local co-op. As the tea is brewing, you'll notice that it looks just like any other normal tea, and any tea that you like can be used. Herbal teas, though, aren't really the best. The flavor isn't strong enough to come through in the fermentation process. After the tea has cooled and is brewed strongly, remove the tea bag or whatever you're using to brew the tea with, and you're going to add your mother and a half a cup of a last batch of kombucha. So as you make a cycle of this, you can really just keep it going week after week. Now, put some cheesecloth on top and screw just the round lid sealer part around and keep it in a nice warm area in your kitchen. I like to put mine on the top of the fridge. You can brew kombucha from 4 days to 2 weeks, depending on how strong you like the kombucha flavor. You are essentially in many ways making a vinegar flavored drink, so the longer you go, the more vinegary it will taste. The mother will form a seal on the top of the kombucha. It eventually floats to the top. This seal is what allows anaerobic reactions to happen underneath in the tea, causing fermentation. This is another way that you can make sure that your kombucha is healthy and safe to drink. If you notice your mother is weirdly discolored, or there's mold growing around the edge, or there are odd floating things that aren't just a part of the tea or a part of the mother itself, then this is a sign that your kombucha probably isn't okay to drink. So I wouldn't be worried or scared to try this. Just use standard caution. After kombucha has sat for about a week or so, at least that's when I do it, then you can do a second fermentation. This is completely optional, but I think lots of fun. You'll need a glass jar that has one of those stopper lids on the top, and another cheesecloth to filter, a funnel, and some fruit pieces. Put your funnel and cheesecloth on the top of your jar and then pour the kombucha into this jar. This cheesecloth process allows you to filter out any of the remaining pieces of tea or little pieces of mother that are floating around. But you can add your pieces of fruit for flavoring. A lot of people also use ginger, which is a really great way to pack your kombucha with amazing healing properties. Now we'll seal the lid and again, set it on top of the fridge or a nice warm place from anywhere to 4 to 8 days. Kombucha, if you've never had it before, is a delicious taste. It's really sweet and bubbly and has a strong aroma, a little like vinegar, because that is in many ways what it is, but it is delicious. You get many times the flavor of the tea, but it won't taste like a hot cup of tea. It's more like the aftertaste or the back taste of kombucha is that tea flavor. If you've done a second fermentation, that fruit flavor will really come out when it first hits your tongue. Strawberries work really well, and I love pears, which is what I used this time. Thanks for watching Thursday on Pagan Perspective. In the comments below, I'd love to hear whether you drink kombucha, and if so, do you make any on your own? And if you haven't tried it before, I hope this video inspires you to buy a little from the grocery store or just jump right in and make your own. It's really delicious.